Hey guys, and Shane in particular, you talked earlier this week about the attitude coming into this game, the mentality you guys wanted to have. I wondered if you had that at the beginning, and then how it progressed as the game went on, and you kind of were, struggling to break through, and then when you finally did.
Yeah, that was a tough opponent out there for sure. I felt the first half it was a real 50-50 game. Was kind of hanging in the balance. I wouldn't say they had the better of the game, but it was definitely, we were feeling the pressure, and I think, at times they were feeling the pressure. So that breakthrough was obviously a big relief, but they kept pushing towards the end, and I think honestly our mentality was pretty big time tonight. We kept playing to win. We didn't really drop off and sit in and just kind of pack it in and let them do what they wanted even towards the end there. So, it was just a big-time team mentality.
Alex, same? Feel the same?
Yeah, I think we definitely came out with the attitude towards the game, and like Shane said, it kind of went back and forth. Sometimes a little sloppy on both ends of the field. Both teams had their moments, but I think at the end of the day, we are a good enough team to fight through those times, and luckily we got Shane on a corner and put one in the back of the net that secured the game for us.
Matt Pence.
Both of you have really had to work and kind of wait for a long time to play an active role in a game like this. I was wondering if that kind of made this moment any more satisfying for both of you, and kind of what your emotions were like at the final whistle as you guys kind of made your final role in the Western Conference Final.
I mean, both Shane and I have sometimes, had to put in the effort when we get an opportunity and make it count. And I think in an unpredictable season, it becomes so important that players like us are ready for our opportunity. And I think throughout this season, you've seen both of us showcase that in the times that we've come to play. And, obviously playoffs are a huge time around. And I think we've put in a good shift in these last two games to push us forward into the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, I think honestly at the final whistle tonight, it's just two more games. Hope that's the goal. Obviously, I'm not really dwelling too much on the season. Just looking forward to the next one now. Obviously, big game, Western Conference Final, and hopefully we got two more. So that's kind of the mentality right now.
Jada Evans.
Congratulations on the win, y'all. Shane, can you walk us through the goal that you scored? Seemed like you were able to wiggle some room and be able to leap up into free space to get the goal, to get the header.
Yeah, me and Yeimer have talked about that a couple of last few weeks. And, honestly, I feel like I've had a couple chances this year, and I just – didn't fully commit to it or didn't keep my eyes open or whatever, and I feel like tonight I just, kind of backed myself and followed through and executed the play. But we talked about if one of us makes a near post run, maybe trying to get a little bit of a bump and a little bit of a body. I mean, that goes on all game long, both sides. And so we just, we executed the play, and obviously Nico delivered a great ball, and just got to keep my eyes open.
And it also seemed like the first half was a little bit frustrating for y'all. Did you kind of feel that as far as not being able to score the way you wanted to?
Yeah, I think they did a really good job. If we're being honest, I feel like they came here and they came to play. They came to play ball, and it was a tight game. It was a tight affair. So I think it was frustrating, but it was just one of those days where we just had to stay solid and keep believing in our defensive abilities. And I think, honestly, that's the thing I'm most happy with after tonight. Obviously it was nice to get a goal, but I just felt like defensively we showed a lot of fight and a lot of grit. I think Alex had a lot of 1v1s, Yaimar as well, just making big plays. Obviously knew who consistently doing his thing. So I thought that was a pretty big time.
Tim Booth.
Hey, Shane, your last MLS goal, I think, came in 2014. Do you remember that goal? And I guess when you have such a long long lapse between those opportunities. What does that feel like to finally find the back of the net?
I mean, I have very few goals, so I definitely remember it. But yeah, I mean, obviously it feels good. It feels really good to be able to help the team, and finally kind of get that breakthrough. And it feels good too that I feel like, again, that's something I've been kind of working on. That's something with Jimmy, the coach, we've been working on a decent amount. Obviously, I had some opportunities, like I said, didn't take them. So I think to finally put in that work intentionally and see some results that feels good.
Felipe Maqueda.
En ese lado. Vamos con
Alex, felicidades en el triunfo. Me gustaría que nos dijeras tus sentimientos de este partido, cómo te sientes, y también preguntarte, has crecido bastante en esta temporada, y preguntarte si tú crees que has hecho los méritos suficientes como para que puedas seguir, para que el entrenador te pueda seguir tomando en cuenta como titular.
Do you guys want me in Spanish or?
Go ahead, Alex. We'll translate after.
Pues, me sentí bien en el juego. Había momentos que el otro equipo hizo el partido muy difícil y pues quiere enseñar eso enseña el equipo que nosotros tenemos cuando el juego se pone difícil. Encontramos maneras para meter gol y terminar el juego. Y para pasar a la próxima ronda. Y pues yo pienso que hicimos un buen trabajo en las cosas que tratamos de hacer en el entreno y al fin salimos con el gane y pues eso era el objetivo. Y pues los minutos, sí, cada día, cada vez en el entreno, trabajo duro para sacar minutos en el juego y pues estoy dándole todo que yo puedo en los entrenos y también en los juegos para ayudar a mi equipo y pues eso ojalá siga en los partidos que vienen.
Gracias.
So, can you hear me well, Matt?
Yes, go ahead, Augusto.
Okay. So the questions were, hey, congrats, Alex, on the game, on the win today. Can you tell us what the feelings about the game were? And also, the second question will be, you have been growing a lot in this season on your game. Do you think that this gives you enough merits to continue to be and stay as a starter on the team? Alex's answer was, yeah, I felt really good in the game today. But at the same time, it was a really hard game. But it showed the kind of team that we are and how we are prepared. So even on a hard game, we can find a way to get the win and to score the goal and actually and be able to achieve what we are trying to achieve. And in terms of the minutes are good. Having minutes during the games is super important. But I train very hard every day so I can get minutes on the matches. And on the matches that I play, I also try to do my best during the minutes that I get so I can continue to contribute into the team. So I'll keep doing that, and then it's a coach's decision.
Nico Moreno.
Thanks, Matt. Two questions, one for each, of course. I do want to ask Shane, in terms of confidence and growth, I mean, you've beat two very different attacking teams, some good attacking teams, but very differently. How important is that for your individual confidence and the confidence of that back line that just starting to kind of grow together?
Yeah, I mean, I think, honestly, I felt like tonight they, like you said, they presented us a lot different challenge than LAFC did. But I felt like we're really growing in confidence there. There were some big time moments from Yaimar. I remember the second half stepping in, winning balls. But I think that was across the back line. I feel like there were some big time moments. I said earlier from Alex and Nuhu as well. Obviously, Steph made a couple of big plays coming out of our line. And I just feel like when we're aggressive and we're playing with the mentality of just playing to win and not, holding on to anything and just keep going. We're relentless. I feel like we're a really tough team to play against. So if we can just keep that mentality and keep that spirit for 90 minutes, it's going to be really hard for teams to break us down. And we're definitely growing as a unit.
And for Alex, obviously you've had a couple of monster games here in the playoffs, but now with Kelvin Lerner coming back, is that something that kind of goes into the back of your head in terms of, starting the next game, keeping the same back line, or, what are your thoughts on that specific thing?
I think each and every day you need to show up to training and put the effort into take care of the things that you need to take care of. Obviously, there's areas that I need to improve on, and we'll look back at the tape and make sure that next game coming forward, I don't make those same mistakes, and also look at the good things and see what I've done well. And at the end of the day, that's not something that I have in the back of my head. I just kind of contribute to the team and hopefully win another championship.
Charles Bohm.
This is for Shane. Congrats, Shane. As a relative newcomer to this club, I was hoping you could share your perspectives on the culture. It seems like such a strong group and such a strong collective culture to win in all these different scenarios and always be in the mix for trophies.
Yeah, I mean, I've said from day one, the one of the best things about this club is we're expected to win every game, and I feel like we take that on our shoulders. I think we got guys in the locker room like Nico, Raul, Gustav, Stefan Fry, and there's an expectation there every single day we go out to win the ball game, whether that's home or away, and there's a lot of pressure there, but I really love that, and obviously now at the business end of things, there's that same expectation, and these games are tough. These games are a grind, but at the end of the day, we expect ourselves to show up and to win these games. So that's if you talk about culture, that's the biggest thing that comes to mind. We're here to win games and win championships, and hopefully we can do that again this year.
Andrew Harvey.
Mine's been asked and answered already, Matt. Thank you.
No problem. Jada Evans.
Y'all did a recognized Diego before the game. Do you guys have any stories or anything like that you can share about him or his play, or are you familiar with him?
My father, when I was younger, about 10 years old, gave a tape, CD to Christian and I when we were younger of him. Had all his highlights. I remember Christian and I used to watch that every weekend in the morning. It was a player that my father grew up watching, so he was someone special to our family, and to see him pass along, it's such a tragedy, and the impact that he left on the soccer world is immense, and for me and my family, as well as all the countless others that grew up idolizing him, it's great to remember his name and his legendary career.
Matt Pence, why don't you wrap us up here?
Hey, my question's for Shane. I know that your dad's a former All-Ireland winner, and it looks like you've got an uncle who's a good athlete too. I was curious as to scoring a goal in a game like this, where that ranks in O'Neill family lore.
I still got a ways to go. No, my uncle was kind of like an all-time great All-Ireland footballer, so he had some really special moments, and then my dad was also a really good player, but his kind of tough thing was he got a red card in the All-Ireland final, so not trying to repeat any of that O'Neill history, but still got a ways to go.